Fine. Shaking your head. Okay. So I'm president of LC's GSA as of now, and yeah, Amanda started it, and since Amanda's one of my friends, I was like, yeah. And I also identify as an LGBTQ, so yeah. And I was really more, at first it was more, Amanda, I'll help you. But I got, I was more of a bookworm at the time. Now it's like, but yeah, so it was more of helping Amanda, and then as I started, because I moved here when I was a sophomore, and I previously lived in Alabama for my freshman year, and that was a whole nother thing. But as I kind of got used to LC, I did notice that at LC it was not necessarily a lot of physical harassment, but I did hear a lot of, derogatory comments in the hallway, among some of the little cliques and whatever, oh, stop being such a faggot, blah, 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 it kind of seemed really important after a while, just walking through the hallways, to know that, you are in the hall and you're hearing all this, you need a place to go where you don't have to hear any of it. So that's why I got involved. As of now, I can identify 6 teachers at school that are really supportive. One of them is Miss Pettick. Yeah. But because of the fact that she was so involved in her class, we decided to switch advisors. So our advisor now is Miss Holly. She's an art teacher. She's amazing. We also have a psych teacher who, Miss Rippon. Yeah, you can come to her for anything. And so we do have supportive teachers and people that we can go to. And our principal is very supportive, and our vice principal, Teresa Meyer, is also very supportive. So we do have that kind of core group that we can go to if we have an issue, or if we need help, or if we just need that support. So negatives, like I said, the verbal harassment, it's still happening. We've had 2 serious issues that I know of that actually had to get administration involved, but that was taken care of very quickly. And, yeah. Other than that, it's just attendance that we're having issues with, because people think that you have to be gay to be part of the Gay Straight Alliance. I guess they don't get the alliance part. Or the straight part. So that's our biggest issue as of now, and the posters are kind of an issue. From what I understand, the ASB people take down the posters after a week or something, but I don't see them up for a week. I see them up for about 2 days. We clear them and they disappear. Yeah.
So, and we go to the administrators and we show them all the posters, and we're like, this is what we want to put up, and then all of them say, yeah, that looks great. And then we go staple them on where they're supposed to be stapled, because they're very clear when they're supposed to be stapled.
But other than that, that's pretty much it. So, yeah.
My turn? Okay. So you all heard from my dad earlier. I started the GSA back in October. I'm the president of it currently. I decided to start the GSA. I never heard of what a GSA was till last year. I went to LGBT thing, and I actually learned about it from Shay down there. He was my inspiration. And it was very challenging. I found the most resistance from adults, teachers and whatnot. Students don't really care about LGBT. I mean, they do use words like gay and faggot just because I don't think many of them really think about the term that they're using. It's kind of like when people use the word retard. So I did have an advisor. She backed out because of other teachers' influence. I currently have a sociology teacher. His name's Mr. Tate. He's this little guy in a wheelchair who is just will run over anyone who gives us a problem. The only problems that I've really ever experienced was with teachers. When I was first trying to start the club, I had written a letter to our administration, not knowing that our school already technically had a GSA, because someone had tried to start it 2 years. So 2 years prior, but it died out when the girl had graduated. Someone tried to start it maybe about 5 years ago, and it also died out. But I had written a letter, and I was trying to talk to different teachers to see who would be supportive and just kind of where I was at. And I had teachers who felt the need to argue with me. They felt that students shouldn't make sexual decisions in high school. And I told them I'm not handing them out condoms and telling them, go have sex with whoever you want to. For me, it's more of educating, because I think the problem is ignorance. Giving fellow students a safe space. I have a lot of freshmen in my GSA who they were very quiet and reserved, and now are really crazy and happy because they have GSA and they've made all these friends. We have a few teachers who are willing to put up safe space posters in their classrooms and their windows. I made the safe space posters because I didn't want to have to buy safe space posters. And this poster said, here to educate, not discriminate. I didn't see a problem with that saying, but I was asked to take those posters down because it was, I guess, discriminatory towards other teachers. Like I was chastising them. That's what the administration told me that was the problem with them. I decided not to take them down anyways because Shay told me I didn't have to. So
which she doesn't.
Whenever I have like sort of a problem, I Facebook Shay and I'm like, so can they do this to me? He's like, no, they can't.
Don't let them.
I think we are making some progress. We have a young man at our GSA who's transitioning and wants to wear a dress to his prom. And we were looking at that might be a problem, but since schools don't like lawsuits, they're letting him go anyways. I don't think any of the students will really care because, again, they're kind of passive. They don't really care about anything at our school. But teachers are definitely, I think, our biggest problem. Negative experiences that we've had, just our posters have been defaced, torn down. We had one kid who was assaulted, but we can't really know if it was because he was LGBT. But he is very flamboyant, so that's why we kind of thought that could be a problem. But our advisor is very proactive. He will definitely go down to our administration, but it doesn't really change the environment since we have such a religious conservative community down where Central Valley is. A lot of the resistance is because of parents' influence, teachers' own feelings towards LGBT situations, and so that's kind of just where Central Valley is at the moment.
We still have a few more minutes of your guys' time. If any of you have anything that came to your mind as you listen to the others that you would like to add before I open it up for Q&A.
The problem at CV has been brought to the attention of our Congress people and our governor. I spoke with her and I'm going to meet with Congress at the end of this month. So hopefully something will happen.
You scare me. You scare me so much.
I'm very close friends with Governor Greg Wire. She's a very nice lady. She's very pro, and when she heard about this, she was extremely disturbed and was not happy. And there will be consequences for this administration. I'm mean.
Our advisor came up to me one day and asked me if I knew any lawyers, And I was like, oh my God, Shay has contacted the school, something is about to happen. I am so
I have,
scared right now.
I have unleashed a few lawyers too, but no, what? I'm trying to think of what to say. I've never experienced something like CV's problem before because East Valley, when I came out and when I founded our GSA, it was very. I came out and I wasn't going to start a GSA. I just came out and then all of a sudden I had 50 kids come up to me and be like, what is all this? And I was like, oh, and then it just happened. And then it traveled on up to the high school and it was very, very well, received and backed, and we even have LGBT teachers who one is a French teacher and the other works with the handicapped children, and he brought his partner and his baby, they're so cute, to the functions at school and is very well received. And then, and we have our first transgendered person this year, which I was really excited about that too. Well, knowingly to my attention, the first transgender person. But now East Valley is trying to influence other schools and administrations and everything we can do. We do have training. Our teachers are made to train for LGBT issues by the principal, Mr. Miller, if some of you know him. He makes them learn. We have a climate committee that dishes out. And every month there is a classroom activity that trains on bullying and LGBT and ethnicity equality, and it is very progressive. But our school is very, what people fail to realize is CV is a very large school, and then where it is geographically, it's very conservative. Ours is in a more conservative area. However, I'm trying to see how I would say this. It's smaller, so it's more of a community more than it is of a school. And certain other events have changed. Like we're having Judy Shepard come and talk at the school, which we're actually hoping to get the other schools to join us and maybe have her speak at a large auditorium where all the school leadership kids can come and watch her speak. She is an amazing lady. We went and saw her, and most of East Valley staff was there.